How can I gain power by making others dependent on me? The more indispensable you become, the more freedom and power you acquire. Cultivate a unique skill set or knowledge base that makes you irreplaceable. By entwining your fate with those who employ you, they'll hesitate to remove you for fear of disrupting their own operations. Consider Bismarck's strategy. He secured power by aligning with weak rulers, becoming their essential advisor and support system. This created a dependence that granted him control, even though he wasn't the ruler himself. Can selective honesty be used as a tool for deception? Absolutely. A well-timed display of honesty or generosity can disarm even the most suspicious individuals. It creates a distraction, diverting their attention while you maneuver in the background. Count Victor Lustig, a notorious con artist, successfully employed this tactic on Al Capone, disarming the gangster's ingrained distrust with an unexpected act of honesty. This unexpected gesture shifted Capone's perception, ultimately allowing Lustig to exploit the situation. When seeking assistance, should I appeal to people's gratitude for past favors? No. Appealing to past favors or relying on feelings of gratitude is a weak strategy. Instead, frame your request in a way that highlights the benefits the other person stands to gain by helping you. People are primarily driven by self-interest. Highlight how assisting you aligns with their goals, satisfies their needs, or enhances their position. How did the Corcyraeans successfully secure an alliance with Athens despite having no prior ties? The Corcyraeans understood the Athenians' pragmatic nature. They acknowledged their lack of past assistance, but instead emphasized the future benefits of an alliance. They highlighted the strategic advantage Athens would gain through their powerful navy, appealing directly to Athenian self-interest. This pragmatic approach proved more persuasive than Corinth's pleas for loyalty based on past favors. What role does understanding a person's psychology play in gaining their cooperation? Understanding someone's motivations is key to securing their help. Analyze their personality. Are they driven by vanity, ambition, fear, or perhaps a desire for wealth? Tailor your approach to their specific psychology. Yelu Chutsi, for example, saved Chinese culture from Genghis Khan's destruction by understanding the Mongol leader's greed. By framing his arguments in terms of economic benefits, he swayed Khan's decision, achieving a favorable outcome. Is it ever advantageous to play the rogue, especially when dealing with those who perceive you as deceitful? Sometimes, embracing your reputation for dishonesty can be a strategic move. When dealing with individuals who already suspect you of deception, an abrupt shift to honesty may raise further suspicion. In such cases, acting dishonestly can paradoxically reinforce their trust, as they may perceive it as a genuine display of your true nature. Are there any exceptions to the rule of appealing to self-interest? Yes, while appealing to self-interest is generally effective, some individuals are motivated by a desire to appear charitable or noble. They derive satisfaction from acts of mercy and justice. In these cases, framing your request as an opportunity for them to showcase their generosity or uphold a righteous cause can be more persuasive. What are the dangers of relying solely on making others dependent on you? While cultivating dependence is a powerful tool, it's crucial to avoid becoming overly reliant on a single master or patron. Overdependence can create vulnerability. Additionally, those who depend on you may harbor resentment or fear, leading to instability in the relationship. Strive for a balance of dependence and independence, diversifying your network and skills to maintain a secure position of power. Why is it crucial to gather information about your rivals? In the realm of power, knowledge is paramount. Understanding your rivals' weaknesses, intentions, and strategies is essential for staying ahead and anticipating their moves. By gathering valuable information, you can gain a strategic advantage and make informed decisions that can cripple your opponent's plans. What are some effective methods for acquiring information about your rivals? Employing spies or acting as a spy yourself can yield valuable insights. In social settings, ask indirect questions to subtly probe people's weaknesses and intentions. Talleyrand, a master of this art, excelled at making others talk about themselves, inadvertently revealing their plans. By observing their reactions to carefully planted misinformation, you can further discern their true motives. Why is it often necessary to completely crush your enemies? Leaving enemies partially defeated can be more detrimental than total annihilation. They may harbor resentment, seek revenge, and exploit any opportunity to undermine your power. History is replete with examples of leaders who showed leniency, only to be betrayed by their enemies later. Crushing your enemies eliminates future threats and ensures long-term security. What are the benefits of strategic withdrawal and absence? Absence can heighten respect and honor. When you are constantly present, your value diminishes and people take you for granted. By strategically withdrawing, you create a sense of scarcity and make people crave your return. This tactic can be particularly effective in matters of love and seduction, as absence can rekindle desire and fuel the imagination. How can you use absence to increase your perceived value? When you first establish yourself, a strong presence is crucial. However, once you've attained a certain level of power and recognition, occasional withdrawals can enhance your image. Like the sun, whose absence makes its return all the more appreciated, strategic absence can make you seem more valuable and desirable. How does the principle of scarcity apply to economics and art? Scarcity drives up value. By limiting the supply of a commodity, you create artificial demand, making it more desirable and expensive. The tulipomania of 17th century Holland exemplifies this principle, where the rarity of tulips drove their prices to exorbitant levels. Similarly, art dealers like Joseph Duveen artificially inflated the value of paintings by making them scarce. What historical examples demonstrate the effectiveness of crushing the enemy? Moses, in his quest to lead the Israelites to the Promised Land, completely eradicated the Egyptians and the Canaanites who posed threats. Mao Zedong, a student of Chinese history, learned the importance of crushing his enemies during the Long March, eventually defeating Chiang Kai-shek and securing communist control of China. Is there ever a time when it's wiser to let your enemies destroy themselves? In rare instances, allowing your enemies to self-destruct can be advantageous. A cornered enemy might fight more fiercely, making retreat a more demoralizing option. However, this strategy requires careful assessment to ensure the enemy poses no future threat. Generally, crushing your enemies outright is the safest course of action. How can unpredictability be used as a weapon of power? Deliberate unpredictability can instill fear and keep others off balance. By behaving in ways that defy expectations and logic, you create an aura of mystery and force others to waste their energy trying to decipher your motives. This can be particularly effective when dealing with opponents who rely on analyzing patterns and anticipating your moves. For example, chess champion Bobby Fischer used unpredictable behavior to unsettle his opponent Boris Spassky during their 1972 World Championship match. Fischer's erratic actions, including arriving late and making seemingly irrational moves, created a climate of tension and confusion that ultimately contributed to his victory. What is the danger of isolating oneself in a position of power? While it may seem like a fortress provides safety, isolation actually increases vulnerability. By cutting yourself off from others, you lose access to valuable information, become an easier target for enemies, and risk losing touch with the realities of your situation. Shi Huangtai, the first emperor of China, exemplified this danger. His extreme fear of assassination led him to isolate himself within his vast palace, but this only made him more susceptible to plots and ultimately led to his demise. How can social interaction enhance one's power? Engaging with others, building alliances, and circulating among different groups are essential for maintaining power. Social interaction provides you with critical information, strengthens your support network, and makes it harder for enemies to isolate or target you. Louis Roman XIV understood this principle and designed the Palace of Versailles to facilitate constant social interaction. The king was always surrounded by courtiers, officials, and nobles, ensuring he was at the center of all activity and privy to the flow of information and power. Why is it crucial to know the nature of your opponents? Different people react differently to strategies of power. Offending or deceiving the wrong person can have disastrous consequences, as some individuals are prone to seeking revenge or harboring long-standing grudges. Before engaging with anyone, it is essential to assess their character, vulnerabilities, and potential for retaliation. Genghis Khan's ruthless response to the perceived insult from Shah Muhammad of Khwarizm demonstrates the importance of understanding your opponent's temperament. What are the 5 most dangerous types of people to offend? The 5 most dangerous types of people to offend are the arrogant and proud, highly sensitive to slights and prone to violent overreactions; the hopelessly insecure, fragile egos lead to simmering resentment and subtle attacks; Mr. Suspicion, prone to paranoia and easily manipulated into turning against others; the serpent with a long memory, cold and calculating, they will wait for the opportune moment to exact revenge; the plain, unassuming, and often unintelligent, their literal mindedness makes them resistant to deception and can lead to wasted time and effort. Why is it important to avoid committing to any one side or cause? By remaining neutral and uncommitted, you become a desirable ally and maintain your independence. This allows you to play people against one another, forcing them to court your favor and increasing your leverage. Queen Elizabeth I masterfully employed this strategy throughout her reign, using the possibility of marriage to forge alliances and maintain peace without ever surrendering her autonomy. How can you benefit from staying above the fray? By avoiding involvement in others' conflicts, you conserve your energy, maintain your objectivity, and position yourself to exploit opportunities that arise from their exhaustion. This allows you to act decisively at the most opportune moment. Isabella d'Este's astute navigation of the warring Italian city-states demonstrates the power of remaining neutral. By refusing to take sides, she preserved Mantua's independence and prosperity amidst the chaos. What are the potential downsides of excessive detachment? While strategic detachment can be powerful, taking it too far can backfire. If you constantly play people against each other, they may eventually see through your manipulations and unite against you. Similarly, keeping potential suitors waiting for too long can lead to distrust and loss of interest. Therefore, while maintaining inner independence is crucial, it is sometimes necessary to make calculated commitments for the sake of appearances or to solidify advantageous alliances.